here's my belly.
Oh, it's cute. Are we live?
Yes. So. Hey guys, what's up? You know how this goes. We're trying to figure shit out. New stuff, new microphones.
Ooh, who joined?
Let's see.
Oh, we can't tell. If I touch it, it'll fall, huh?
Yes, don't touch it.
Ah, shit.
Don't
Hi, whoever it is that joined. You're the first. Number one. Comment number one if you're number one.
Okay, we're gonna try not to fuck this up this week. How about it?
What time is it?
Okay, we got 2 minutes and then we're gonna start the podcast.
Okay. I'm not going to record yet, but it's about ready.
Okay. Maybe I should check my live here just to make sure it's working. Okay, it's in the boudoir group.
Is it? Let's see. Let's see who's in. Who joined? Somebody was listening.
But it's working.
You sure?
No.
Did it just stop? It says we're live. Now playing. Go to that one. Yeah.
Is it working on your side? Okay. Oh, when it's little like that, it plays. It's just being slow. Okay, sweet. Well, text me if it's not working. Just kidding, you can't do that either. All right, we're gonna get started here. You ready?
Little mindfulness. Little wakey for the wakey stretch.
Okay, you ready? Shake it out, shake it out.
This always relaxes me.
Do our morning shake.
Morning jiggle.
I remember that we got new microphones. I don't have to be so loud. Okay, we ready? It's 10 o'clock.
All right, let's do it.
What's up, my booty babes? I'm Shalee, your boudoir expert.
And I'm Nikki, her apprentice and studio manager and personal photographer.
We don't even do pictures of each other that often.
No.
Not anymore.
We've done quite a few though. Probably more than you've photographed me more than anybody else has.
I need some new or updated stuff.
Yeah, you do.
So we could do that. Fuck the so.
The crutch word.
We should plan that this next week or so.
Okay. So.
Okay. Okay, what were you up to this week?
A lot of snow. Not so, but snow. There was a ton of snow. And then, man, I really want to talk about Friday.
Okay.
Because that was epic.
Oh, the birthday party.
The birthday party!
I was just thinking snow.
Well, the snow almost took out the party.
Yes. There was a ton of people that couldn't get out of their driveways, which is okay.
Yeah.
It happened. We still had a huge turnout. Everything seemed like it went really well and smooth, unlike the podcast.
We didn't get a count on how many people showed up, but I feel like it was close to like 40.
Yeah, I think that's what I was going to say too. Right around 40 people.
Yeah.
So it turned out really good. Shout out to Kimberly Blake for
Woo!
winning the boudoir session.
Yeah.
You did it, girl. She deserved it.
Oh, she did. So that night, she played the game more than anybody.
Yeah.
And she kept winning candy. And she was so mad. She was doing the blow game.
Yeah, we had a
candles.
suck and blow game.
Yeah. And she played the blow game a lot. She blew a lot.
She deserved it.
She did. And you should have seen her when you pulled her name out and she was over here in the corner and she was like it was like a spotlight of like emotion. She just went right on her and she's like, yes, like that's my name. It was awesome. And she definitely deserved it.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see when she comes in to do it.
Yes.
So it's great.
She was my very first client in this studio.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's what you said. Yeah, she's earned it.
Yes, she's earned it. She deserved it.
Yeah.
She's super supportive. She's always, commenting and doing shit on Facebook too. So
Yeah.
yeah, she was awesome. And then I also did a mini boudoir session giveaway that was just a surprise giveaway, and Tammy Potter won that one.
Woo.
But she just won, she's won my last 3 giveaways. She is one lucky duck and the universe keeps pulling us together. But she won the last 3, so she decided to gift this last one to her sister. So that's kind of awesome. Get somebody else in here that wants to do it. And
I called it. I was just like, you know what? She's done it already so many times. I bet you she's going to give it away. Yeah. Sure enough.
And there she comes trotting in the door.
And I'm excited to meet her sister because of how she was explaining how she is. And yeah, it'll be fun. I mean, I might not get to meet her, but I'm excited to
see the photos.
Hear about her. And, yeah.
Yes.
So.
That was good.
Yeah, it was. But that party.
The party was a success.
Yeah.
The hot dog throwing. We've got a video up on TikTok for the hot dog throwing.
And there's more videos that were not shared that I saw, but that were great, like that other people were taking.
Oh, I know. I should get them from them.
From Ashton?
Yeah.
Yeah!
Ashton, if you're listening, give up your videos.
Come on, girl. Come on. I know there was one of Dan in there.
Oh, yes. I know. Okay, I'll dig these up. I'll go steal his phone if I have to, because they're good ones.
Yeah.
You're getting slapped across the face with a big weenie. It's always exciting.
Yeah. And the taco truck sold out.
Yes, Tasha from Turtle Island Taco Truck. She fucking killed it.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for supporting her. She completely sold out of her dumpling soup and scones.
Oh, it was so good.
Oh my gosh, yes. Everybody was just raving about how good everything was.
I know. I was going to get leftovers and bring them home to the family, and they were sold out. I was like, no! I'm so glad I got some, though, because it was good.
It was super good.
Yeah.
Yes, so we're going to have another party this summer sometime to make up for the cold weather and the time missed. So we will be doing another party sometime. I don't know when. Keep watching.
Just follow and pay attention, and we'll announce it.
Yeah. Your hair looks so pretty today.
Oh, thank you. Lita did it.
Oh, our guest from last week.
Yeah, I went into her yesterday and saw her, and she washed and styled my hair for me.
It looks so pretty.
I know.
I just want to pet you. And your fuzzy jacket.
Thank you.
Well, we do have more snow coming this week too, so everybody be safe. The snow around here is crazy. We don't generally get snow, and so what did we get? Like, we had like 14 inches at our house.
Yeah, we had a lot. Any of the higher areas are gonna get a lot more snow, and they're saying it's gonna be down to like 1,000 feet again. And they're saying like anywhere from like a foot to 2.5 feet, or 10 inches to 2.5 feet in the higher areas. So it's gonna be a very cold weekend.
It's above average.
Yeah, it is.
We can take it. We can take it.
Yeah, we can definitely take it.
Well, today we have a special guest. She did a boudoir session with me. Oh, when did we do a boudoir session? When was that? December? January? January. November? October? Anyways.
September, October, because it was for my anniversary with my husband.
That's right. Okay, come on in here. We've got Kristina Mize. She's a Reiki healing teacher, master. I don't know what to call you exactly. What is it? Welcome.
I generally call myself a Reiki practitioner and spiritual coach.
Oh, okay. You got a whole shebang of names.
Yeah, and yet that still doesn't really encompass all that I do.
So tell us about it. Tell us about yourself.
What I do, or who myself?
Let's hear about yourself first. Because that's totally 2 different things. My mouth just runs, you know.
Well, I'm California born and raised. I grew up in Sonoma County. I've trekked all across the world in various exciting adventures. Right?
What kind of adventures?
Well, when I was 18, I made a really interesting career choice and moved to LA to do things that you do in LA.
Okay.
Met some Australian wrestlers and went and lived in Australia for about 3 months.
Oh, what an experience.
Oh, it was gorgeous.
Oh my
I want to
gosh.
retire there.
What part of Australia?
Perth.
Okay, I went to Perth.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my best friends, they got married there. Her husband's from there.
It's so amazing.
It's so pretty.
I mean, one of my best experience is having a car full of guys pull over and go, "Excuse me, ma'am, we wanted to let you guys know that you look glorious today." And like they just drove. Like, why can't everybody be like that?
Right?
Why do we have to honk? Why do we have to go, "Hey, baby, you look fine"? Like,
Cat
no,
call.
I don't want that.
Just pull over and tell me I look glorious.
Yes. Tell me I'm a goddess, and then drive away.
And just let me dwell on that for the rest of the day. Take it to my dreams. With the Australian accent.
Oh, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. The accent kills me every time.
Accents are amazing.
I went to a Thunder Down Under show. It was one of my firsts, and I've been to like 4 since. They are hot. Even if it's a fake accent, I don't care. They're hot.
Are they fake accents?
I don't know. They might be, but I think the first show I went to was real, but the other ones maybe not. Maybe. But they're still hot. I mean, have you been to one?
No.
Oh gosh, they're fun to watch. They are.
Oh, I have to plan that.
Yeah, yeah.
I've never seen it.
Up in Humboldt, they usually do them at the casinos,
Oh,
so they're fun. They're fun.
Humboldt style.
Yeah, it is Humboldt style. My first one especially was very interesting.
I bet.
That's for another day.
All right. Another day with stories from Nikki.
You should have your own podcast.
Well,
Stories from Nikki.
right? That's kind of why we started this.
Yeah, I always have plenty of fill-in.
Right? So tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Been married twice. The first marriage was kind of in alignment with childhood trauma. Like, you know, they say you marry your parent. I totally married my abusive stepdad.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, for sure. No physical abuse, so I feel very, very thankful and lucky in that department, but a lot of emotional, mental abuse. Was able to get out of that, really kind of threw me into my own healing spiritual process. Found my life partner. He is by far my best friend, like that deep soul connection. We were talking about
that.
Yeah.
When you just find that one.
Yeah. Yeah. It reminds me of Friends, where Phoebe is talking about Ross and Rachel.
Oh yeah.
That, you know, she's his lobster.
I'll have to tell Dan that because he loves Friends. I've never watched it before.
Oh, you're missing it. Like,
I should just start from the beginning and just start watching the whole thing. I mean, I've seen an episode here and there, but I've never watched it.
I think it took me about 3 weeks to binge watch the entire series because I never watched it either.
Really?
Yeah, and there's a lot of seasons.
there
But
is.
It's good.
Once you get into it, like, you really can't stop.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the Big Bang Theory.
Mm-hmm.
You just keep watching.
You just keep watching. There's something about the dynamic and the characters and
So that's how we've been with Dexter lately.
And now all the clothing is totally nostalgia.
Right.
Like, I mean, all of the style that they have and Jennifer Aniston.
It's all coming back again.
Yeah.
So tell us about your business a little bit.
So part of my spiritual process kind of led me to what I consider to be my path in life. And so what that is I help people heal and shift and get to where they're happy and content in their life. So I have clients that suffer from anxiety or depression or just feel really stagnant, stuck in their life, and they don't know what's going on. So they come to me and we do energy work and we do coaching and we do a little bit of talk therapy and, you know, we do meditation. We do whatever it is that they need in order to move and process and get to where they want to go.
That's a lot.
It's right. It's a mouthful. Like, what do you call that? You can't call it transformational coaching because there is a program called transformational coaching, and I'm not certified in that. So I don't want to label myself that.
So what's your actual what do you call yourself?
So I call myself a Reiki practitioner and spiritual coach.
Okay, so what's the difference between like a Reiki master? Because I hear that a lot.
Well, I am certified as a Reiki master.
Okay.
I prefer not to label myself that way because I'm not in the space where I'm ready to start teaching Reiki.
Oh, okay.
So right now I'm just a practitioner. I'm in the process of just being and doing it myself. Eventually I will take on the master role where I'm ready to teach and pass on that knowledge. But for right now, I prefer to just consider myself a practitioner.
Yeah. Nice. I actually went to Kristina a couple months ago. And I love to support people in the community as much as possible. And when people come and support me, because she did a boudoir session with me, I was like, okay, I need to go support her and, get her out and, try her out and see what this whole Reiki thing is about. And I've heard about it before. My old roommate, she was doing the Reiki course and she got really into it. And at the time I was not in the right mind space, and so I never utilized what she had to offer. And so anyways, I came and did a session with Kristina. Damn it, she had me in tears within minutes. But it was healthy and it was healing, and we did a couple sessions together, and it really got rid of a lot of just like negative past bullshit that I was dealing with. It was constantly coming up. And during my session, we both felt some shit going on with my energy, and it was so nice just to be able to clear that out. And I think what you do is huge. That's awesome.
Well, and I like that you bring up like you weren't in the space. It's very much the type of thing that people have to be open and willing to make that shift and that change in their life.
Yes.
Like, I've had a couple people come to me that are, they're willing to tiptoe a little bit, but once they've done a little, they're done. And that's okay. Like, that's your process, that's where you're at. Honor that. Don't be upset that you're not like growing and shifting the way you feel like you should. Do what's where you're at. And what I find is when I have clients that are really willing to make those shifts and those changes, they do leaps and bounds. Leaps and bounds. Like the client that I've been talking to you about, like to go from where she was when she first started working with me to booking a boudoir session is huge.
Super massive.
Huge. And that to me is just such a great example of the growth that she's doing.
Yeah.
Now, regardless of how far she's willing to go in the session, that's not what matters. It's that vulnerability. It's that willingness to put yourself out there, even if you're not feeling comfortable, even if you've got that fear, even if you're still not totally accepting of your body.
Yes. And so Christina's been recommending clients to come do boudoir with me for healing purposes rather than just like get naked and spread eagle it and get crazy. So she's referring people that need to grow and accept their body, and So tell us a little bit about that.
So this actually kind of goes hand in hand with my own experience. So even though I've done all of this spiritual work and all of this growth internally, one of the biggest struggles has been my own image, my own body. And it hasn't been until the last couple of years that I've finally been able to look at myself in the mirror and go, I look good.
Yeah.
I've got stretch marks, I've got scars, I've got things that, jiggle when I,
when we move.
When we move.
How body just jiggles.
It's only been the last couple of years that I've accepted the fact that I'm an hourglass. I am never going to get rid of that little bit of pudge that sits right on my hips. Like, it's not going to happen. And if it does, it will look so unhealthy.
Just know I'm on crack if it's that.
like it belongs there because that's part of my figure.
Yeah.
It's part of what helps soften my curves and really fit my body. And then when I did the boudoir session with you, like seeing myself in a sensual way that wasn't about sex necessarily. It was about honoring my feminine style. It was about honoring my body, about honoring that aspect that a lot of our culture in the last several thousand years, 100 years, whatever we want to look at, has really been about like masking and making us feel ashamed and, you know, hiding how dare you honor your body, how dare you look sexy, and then if you look sexy, oh, well, you must be a slut, or you must be looking for something, or fishing for a rich husband, or like, so many horrible labels.
When we are confident.
Exactly. And so a lot of women are growing up not comfortable or confident within their bodies. And I see that in so many of the women that I work with. It's just this lack of confidence in their own sensuality, in their own sexuality, to where they don't own the bedroom when they're in it. You know, one of my clients had never experienced an orgasm until the last month. You know, her and I started working together, and one of the things she was telling me was like, oh yeah, I just do it because that's what's expected
what
of
you're
me.
supposed to do.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, that's like consenting to your own rape. Like, if you're not doing it because you want to be in it, and you want that connection, and there's not that desire, and then no,
Wrong reason.
no. So her husband was really, or her boyfriend was really unhappy, because when we started working together, I was like, no sex, no,
Cut it out.
not until you want it.
Yeah.
And so when that finally occurred, like, both of them were like, that was amazing, because it was the first time she had a sexual experience where she actually connected with her partner.
That's so special.
Right? Could you imagine never having that connection? Never
Going so many years without it.
Oh, so like, sexuality, sensuality, it's such a huge aspect of our being. It's not a sin. It's not this bad, negative thing.
Yes.
And so if women can come here and look at their bodies and see these pictures and see themselves as goddesses and sexual creatures, that doesn't necessarily mean that like you need to get nasty and dirty and allow a man to do whatever he wants to you. Like, it's not it.
Yeah.
It's about honoring your body and like loving your body for what it is.
Seeing yourself through somebody else's eyes, and you know, looking at it, sometimes it's a shock for people. They're like, oh shit, like, damn, that's me. You know, like, it's scary for some people to see themselves like that. You know, and like with you, I think that you kind of have that experience when we did your Reiki pictures. And I think at first you were like, shit, that's me. And I was like, come to a boudoir session and let me pose you. You know, like, so I went and did pictures for her business. And she's like, I just want pictures of me, you know, doing what I do for advertising and marketing and stuff. So I did her pictures, and she's like, shit, that's me. It's like, let me pose you, come to the studio, like, let me show you how fucking beautiful you are. Like, I see this in you. And you came and did the pictures, and then it took you months, and you didn't want to share your pictures.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, and she's like, no, I'm going to keep these for me, like, this is just for me.
This is just for me and my husband, like, specifically, but actually more for him. It wasn't even like, this is for me. This is for him. I want to do this for him. And then I found myself like going back and looking at them and going, wow, okay. And then one of the biggest components for me was like, I have a history in the adult industry. So looking at those pictures was very triggering for a little while, because it's like, I remember what I allowed people to do to my body, because I was looking for love and acceptance the wrong way, like, totally the wrong way. And so for a while, it was hard to share those pictures, because it really was like almost throwing me back into that industry feel, even though those pictures are like grades above.
I try not to get too kinky with people, because you never know, you know, like what people don't tell me. And I usually try to ask people, you know, like, I don't want to go too far with you. I don't want to trigger you, you know, like, how far can we go? You know, and even just like a lot of times when I do sessions, I'll have girls just kind of run their hands down their neck. And that's really triggering for some girls. You know, and I was there at one point too, like, don't fucking touch my neck, you know? And so I think that it really helps, you know, people
Well, and that kind of goes in alignment with, like, there's this book out there that's called The Body Keeps the Score, and it's all about trauma and how your body stores the trauma within the muscles and within your actual physical body. So by doing like a boudoir session and understanding where your triggers are, you're able to like process and work through the trauma that's trapped in that space.
I'll show you that book.
Oh,
I've heard of that book too. Yeah.
It's intense. I did the audio instead of reading it, and I preferred it that way for myself. I know a lot of people who actually read it because they'll go back and they'll like underline and highlight and they'll reread sections and no, I needed to be able to hear it and then pause and like process little chunks of it because
we should do a book club with the book and we should
triggering.
You know, we
listen
talk
to it.
about that. Yeah, we should.
We should start doing like sexual,
I love it.
like,
Women empowerment,
yeah,
sexual acceptance. I mean, just all of it.
we should totally do that. That'll be our book club.
Yeah.
Anybody want to join a book club?
Maybe some kinky stuff. No.
Yeah. Screw all this like fancy like old book club shit. Like, let's do something fun and new and different. Let's do some sexual shit.
I do love a good fantasy novel.
They are.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
When written tastefully.
Yeah. There was a series of books I read, Goddess of Love. Did you read those? Oh, they were so good. But there's this one book where the woman falls in love with, I can't remember what they're called, but half man, half horse. Centaur, yeah. She falls in love with a centaur, and he can turn into a man at night, but then during the day, and then, during the day she was like, oh, I want to have sex now, but she didn't have sex, say, with the horse. He was like, well, let me give you a ride. So he gave her a ride on his back. And the vibrations of the running and everything.
Yeah.
But the way they detailed it in the book, I was just like, oh!
It didn't seem
Oh
like
my God!
bestiality at the
Like,
time.
I was like, this is kind of hot, like I was like laughing into it too, but like I was like, wow, like they really went there, like, wow, but it was great. I mean, I read it and I was just like, I was chuckling and like intrigued at the same time, like wow,
And getting turned on at the same time.
I was so worried that every sentence I was like, please don't lead to bestiality, and it never did, and I was just like, oh thank goodness. All right, next chapter.
Carrie Arthur, she writes along those lines too. She gets really close to that line.
Yeah. And I've done Anne Rice books, and wow, she goes across the line.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
She's not really my style.
No, I've only read one of her books. I mean a trilogy of her books, but yeah.
Oh, now the plot thickens.
I
She's
told
like,
you about this, I told you about
probably.
the Sleeping Beauty trilogy. Oh my gosh. If anybody else has read that, message me because I need to talk to somebody about it.
She's like, I need to get this off my chest.
Yeah. I gave the books to, I was like, Mom, you gotta read these. And she was like, oh, I love them. My mom's into all kinds of stuff. And I never saw the books again. I was almost kind of relieved.
Get out of here.
It was a wild book.
Yeah.
Funny. So this month is also Women's History Month. So congratulations, ladies. We have a month that is dedicated to us.
And our ancestors.
And our ancestors.
Yeah.
Nikki's got a little blurb on Women's History Month and boudoir.
I like that word, blurb.
A little
What does
blurb.
that mean?
I don't know. It just came out.
Huh. Well,
Maybe a little piece, a segment, a blurb.
here's my little blurb on Women's History Month about boudoir, because
You know that somebody is going to look up that word
Let's
and find a definition.
tell us
Because
what
it
it
does
is.
have a definition.
It may. I'm sure you have Alexa right now. But, so I'm just going to talk a little bit on the history of boudoirs. It's going to be quick. I think we're going to do like a actual podcast in the future more along it. But boudoir started in the 1890s in France, of course. France, oui. but it became more public in the 1920s by a photographer, Albert Allen, and he was in the U.S. It also became even more publicized in the 1940s when the war started, and they started using women's photos for the ads to intrigue men to join the Army or the Navy or, you know, the Marines or whatever.
Power to the pussy.
Yep, power to the BJJ. But yeah, so women who became really famous that were boudoir models was Marilyn Monroe, Sophia Loren, and Betty Page. And I just kind of wanted to do a shout out on those three women who were curvy and beautiful and showed it all. So yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very grateful for those women because they've brought this whole thing together, you know, and of course this, you know, was so many years ago, but, you know, that's why I'm where I'm at today is because of women in the past, just like carving out history for us and, you know, showing that it's okay for us to show our bodies and love ourselves and, you know, not have to worry about what other people think of us because fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I'm so over it.
Right? And Marilyn Monroe is still just as famous, as, if not more, today than she was back then.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
And there was like nothing, you know, that about her that wasn't perfect, and she was curvy and she was thick, and you know, like where did we get to where we are today? Because you know, because of magazines and shit. Like, why do we hate ourselves so much?
Yeah.
And this doesn't go just for women either. You know, like men also have such bad body dysmorphia. You know, they just don't speak about it as much because they're guys, I guess. I don't know.
Men are really told to hide their feelings.
Yeah.
You know, and it still happens
Sucks up.
today. I mean, we're trying to move past this, but it's still there. You know. But yeah. Pretty cool. Yeah. Women's History Month.
We'll keep talking about it. We'll come up with some more like fun facts and
Yeah.
you know different things to represent for the women.
Yeah, and if anybody else wants to hear maybe a little more about someone that they know in the history of women that we haven't said, feel free to message us and encourage us to maybe look into it, whoever they're thinking of.
I think it would be interesting to see when that culture shifted. Like when in media or in acting or when in our culture did we shift away from accepting curves to needing women to be thin and
Yeah,
Man, when did that happen?
right?
I feel like it was more like in the 60s and 70s maybe.
I think when everybody in the 80s got on cocaine and got super skinny.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking that
I'm
too.
like, wait a minute, this is how people are supposed to look.
It's also about trends, you know, and
That's true.
yeah, and if you notice, like right now, like the Kardashian era is ending, and we're going back to skinny. And if you see the Kardashians, like they're getting really skinny. Yeah, they're like,
I don't
just-
watch.
it's like trends, you know. If you follow them, you follow them. But I just notice them. But yeah, it is interesting.
I think this younger generation is really coming out of it a lot more. You know, social media is horrible, you know, for this younger generation, and I feel so bad for them. But I feel like that they're spreading a lot more information to each other as well. You know, like my daughter's 19, and she doesn't give a fuck what anybody thinks about her. She does what she wants, she eats what she wants, she wears what she wants, and she doesn't care. And I was like, yes, good job, honey. Like, keep going with this. You know, like you don't have to fit this stupid ass mold that we think that we're supposed to be. I feel like our generation was really bad for it. You know, like,
Well, look at the
damaged.
filters. I'm sorry, but
Oh, God.
look at the filters.
these fucking filters. Miss Filter
I
Queen.
love filters. I love them.
I never use filters. This bitch over here.
I have a special one I save on Snapchat just for my selfies. It even gives the date on the side. It's perfect. But
I don't filter.
back to your daughter though.
Me neither.
You know, I mean, I can't imagine why she would be that way.
So she'll be on the 17th. Yeah, so it's, you know, body image is huge. You know,
It is.
and what you do in your job, like, you know, getting women to see themselves in a, you know, more beautiful way, accepting themselves, you know, that's huge. So hands down to you. Thank you. We're just like this full circle of women that are just trying to empower each other all the time and like bring us out of this fucking funk.
Yeah, and really owning our sexuality and not being ashamed of it.
Yes.
Like, we can be sensual and beautiful creatures, and you know, if there are people out there that want to pervert that, that's on them. That's their
problem.
thing. That's the growth that they need to go through. That's not a reflection of us. And that's something that I've recently been coming to terms with. Because, like, you know, I have those, I have my boudoir pictures on the whole inked CoverGirl magazine thing.
Yes.
Right? And those are some very sexy pictures. And to have those out there and to have people messaging me and going, wow, you're just so gorgeous and you're beautiful. And it's like, well, thank you. I am. I appreciate those pictures.
Good.
And, you know, if they're doing their own thing to those pictures, that's all. That's theirs.
Not your big babe.
Yeah. That's not, yeah.
Is that competition still going on?
It is. I am still in the top 10. So now the next 6 days is for the top 5. So I gotta get up
Boost
there.
it up there. She did post it in the boudoir group, so go vote for her. The link's in there. We can repost it again too. Go vote for her. There's a free vote every day that you can go do,
Yes.
right?
And if you register your credit card, you can do 2 free votes. They don't charge your card. And I know that there's this whole donating thing. I don't encourage people to do that. I know that I will most likely not win because I don't
Donate some money.
encourage people to donate their money, but you never know.
Yeah.
I think also a part of all of that, like, it's just fun, you know, and it's about women getting together, and it's just fun. It's just fun to do, and I've done some similar stuff, and I've had a lot of fun with it. I actually lost a really good friend due to one because she was a part of it, and I didn't know she was in it, and she got really mad at me.
It's like
She was
competition.
it meant more to her than to me, and I was like, take the votes. Like, I just was doing it for fun, like, you know.
Exactly, and it really ties into like embracing my body. This is
exactly.
like putting myself out there in a way that I have not done since I was in the adult industry, which was like,
So it's a huge step for you.
it's huge. It's very, very big, and it is fun. It's fun to see where you're at in the standings, and it's I don't know. I know that people on my Facebook are probably annoyed with the constant reminders to vote.
It only lasts so long, and then it's over.
Exactly.
It's okay. We're all annoying sometimes, and we get over it. And we still love each other and support each other and do whatever because that's what we do. Well, you girls ready to play the squeaky wheel game?
Yeah.
Sure.
You never know what's going to come out of there.
Okay, so we're gonna play our game today. Oh, do you want to do Mary Fuck Kill first?
Sure.
Okay,
All right, let's do it. Okay.
Mary Fuck Kill. Have you ever played this game?
No, and if this is based on actors, this is going to be hard.
They're all musicians.
Oh, this is even harder.
Okay, so basically what you do is I give a name, you say if you would marry, fuck, or kill them,
Beautiful.
and then I give you another name, and whatever you use the first time, you don't have that option anymore. So if you
So
say,
we're gonna do it different this time.
yeah,
Okay.
'cause-
Oh, okay.
so basically,
So I can't kill them all.
you can't kill them all.
Damn
No.
it.
You can't fuck them all either, so you're gonna have to
Shit.
marry one
Well,
of
I
them.
mean, I'm sorry, but some of those musicians are kind of skeezy. I don't know how many of them I would actually want to fuck.
Right.
So, today's pick, I actually let TikTok do it, but my phone is being used, so we couldn't like go live with it. So I just wrote them down.
Okay, who we got?
All right, first one, Freddie Mercury. He was away from AIDS.
So that I would kill him.
I think he's already deceased.
I think I'm going to say kill too because he was gay, so he's not going to marry or fuck me. So.
And I'm not into raping. I'm really not.
It's just not my
So for me, man, I mean.
But see, you
I would
already
say
know what the other
Mary.
names are.
I know, so it's not fair.
You're right. I guess I don't get to play. So I don't get to play.
Yes.
What? Okay, what's the next one? Who are we
Okay,
going to
so
fuck or who are we
wait,
going to
you
marry?
guys killed him?
Yeah.
So we
Roasted?
can't
Okay.
kill anyone now.
All right, Ed Sheeran. Did I say that right?
I
some of
think
his songs.
He's got great music. Oh, his
I think
voice.
he's probably good to marry.
I really wish I knew who else you had on there.
I know, right? Who am I going to end up fucking?
Here's the thing. Is NF on there?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so she's good.
Yeah, because I would fuck and marry him.
So you're just gonna
I would marry Ed.
you're gonna marry Ed?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, shit, who are we going to fuck?
Drum roll. Harry Styles.
Oh.
I've seen his picture on all sorts of things.
He's the hunk right now, I guess.
I saw him at the
Yes.
global Grammys or whatever, and I was
I
like,
think
why
I
was
would let him
everybody-
do me from
You know, he's a great.
Yeah, there we go. There we
Yeah.
go. Okay.
Okay, so you guys are
Doggy
friends. Well, all you
style.
have is fuck left, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doggy style, then we won't have to see his
No,
face.
you know what? I want like a full front out view with him because he's hot and also he's really like compassionate.
Oh.
And I've watched like some of his like lives in concerts and stuff, and
Yeah.
he's just a sweetheart.
So
He's a
you would
full-
marry him?
Honestly, I was really gonna say Freddie.
Because you could have your own secret life. And
Well, I just love his music. I love his personality. I know he's gay. And he was married to one of his best friends, and they were still friends even after the divorce and stuff. But I don't know why.
Wow. Okay,
Fred.
Nikki went off the deep end.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do this.
All right.
We got 3 questions. You get to pick first. Okay.
Feel the energy.
Shit.
So
I
this
hate
is all
this
right.
game.
No.
Have you ever done a crazy makeover?
Oh.
Whew. That was. Whew.
Actually, in 2 weeks, we're gonna do a Crazy Vikings makeover.
Yeah.
And do a photo shoot. That's my
I think-
craziest makeover that. No, I don't do crazy makeovers.
I shaved my head. And I think that was pretty crazy. I got a tattoo and then I shaved my head and I was 16.
You poor thing.
Yeah. But it was fun because G.I. Jane was like really popular and I just was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. And what was crazy is everybody loved my head. Like all my guy friends, they would come up and they all had shaved heads. It's 2000s, and they would want to rub their head with mine for some reason. I guess because they couldn't do it with each other. It looked gay, And so it was a lot of fun. I was like,
all guys rub their heads together.
I was like, I felt like
I
one
don't
of the guys.
think they do. I just have this visual of all these bald guys just
It
like
was-
reading each other.
It was strange, but it was nice because I just got a lot of head rubs and I love my head being touched. And so it was always like, oh, let me touch your head. Ooh, let me touch it. And also it was like all these girls that were friends of mine. They were like, wow, like you're so spontaneous, I loved the attention I got from it, honestly. And also it was really easy to do my hair because I have really thick hair.
It's
So
easy to do my hair.
I just wake up,
Have you ever do it again?
I've thought about doing the side like Shalice. I've wanted to do that, but probably, maybe. I don't know. I love my long hair now. I do. I love it. It took forever to have long hair because back in the 2000s, we didn't really have like hair straighteners. We had ironing boards, and I didn't have anybody that could do mine. So I always had this horrible like frizzy, half curly, half straight hair, and I just hated it. And so if we lived in a time like that, yes, I'd shave it again. But now that we have all these options to hair care and products, no.
Have you ever had a crazy makeover?
I don't know if this is necessarily a makeover, but when I went from 6th to 7th grade, I completely chopped off all my hair, did the shaved back, totally took on the boy look.
Yeah.
Like, I wore a sports bra that really shoved them all up.
Yeah.
And I wore really baggy shirts.
I think you didn't start doing like hormone therapy or something
Right?
at the time. Like it's nice when we could have just been a tomboy and
just
And accepted for that.
not have to change yourself.
But I mean, I pulled it off well enough that sometimes when I walked into the girls' bathroom, I would get yelled at, like, why are you in here? You're in the wrong bathroom. And I'm like,
gosh.
no, I'm not.
Oh man, I was a tomboy my whole life. You know, like I had curly hair, whatever, like long curly hair, but I always dressed like a boy.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I still kind of do sometimes, but like really like I don't know. That's a whole new subject.
I'm gonna be really sad if nothing weird comes out of there.
Oh, something weird's gonna
All right.
come out. 90% is weird.
Okay, we're running out of time though, so we gotta do these quick. Okay, here we go.
Running out of time. We have all the time we want. We only have an hour.
Oh, before the podcast shuts off.
Oh, shit.
Okay. He's an 8, but he bites his
Nails.
nails and toenails.
Yeah. I had to throw that one.
So he's an 8, but he bites his toenails. Would you still date him?
Probably.
He's flexible.
Oh.
I mean,
No.
do I have to see it? Like,
You
if
just
I don't
sit-
have
you
to
just
see
sit
it,
down
I
on the
don't
couch.
Imagine kissing him after that? That would be
Uh,
weird if you know
so
that he
it's
bites
Do you have
his
any
toenails.
idea what their mouths do throughout the day?
I'm gonna say a 2. I would be totally
Okay,
turned
is that
off.
what we do is re-rate them?
Yeah. Yeah. Or you can keep him at an 8 if you think he'd still be an 8. Even
Oh,
though
if
he
we're
bites his
re-rating,
toenails.
no, he would not still be at an 8.
That's a lot. If you're biting your toenails, there's other shit going on.
Can you imagine, like, he just pulls a foot up and he's like,
What are you
What you're
doing,
eating?
hun? He's like, oh, I'm just nervous.
One of my stepkids does that.
Bites his toenails?
Bites his toenails.
Well, you better get a hold of that.
how old is he?
He's 12.
Oh, shit.
And he also, well, yeah.
Oh, I got another one.
I'll do a different one.
Okay.
That's not too long.
Okay. Okay. Oh, this is not even bad either.
That's
Okay, I guess we've gone through all the bad ones.
They were on our first podcast.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
We're cheating a little.
Have you ever been caught having sex?
Kristina?
No. Which is really odd because one of my hookups, we ended up having sex outside against his truck in the street. On his street at night.
Just straight out in the open.
Straight out in the open, and no.
Well, at least did you know the neighbors were like,
Right? That is true. But like,
I mean, I guess, you know, I haven't ever been caught, like, cheating or anything like that. But, yeah, I've been caught having sex quite a few times, you know. And not by my kids, thank God. But yes, you know,
yeah.
when I was younger.
We almost got caught this last weekend. Like, we just got done. I was like butt ass naked. I was getting ready to go to our bathroom, and I was like, I better put my shirt on because sometimes the kids catch me. And so I was like, I turned around and grabbed my shirt, and my daughter walked in my bedroom door right at that time, and I was like, I hurried and jumped in bed. Like, I threw my pillow off, or I don't know why. I threw my pillow off the bed, and I was like, what are you doing? She's like, I don't remember what she said. It was like total. I was like, knock next time, please. Like, that was way too fucking close.
oh, my kids are so used to seeing me naked. It's like it's I have no shame. Like, you come in my room, you better be prepared to see me naked.
Yeah, that's how I am.
True that. Well, now that I put up my big picture up here, my son comes in and he just looks at the floor. He won't look anywhere. He just looks at the floor. He's like, my friends like it, Mom, but I don't think it's cool. Shit. Yeah. Well, is there anything you'd like to add for closing?
Yeah, you are just so fucking amazing. I absolutely love what you do, and I love that you have created this space and this opportunity for women to really explore themselves and find that ability to be comfortable and confident. And even if you're not comfortable and confident in the session or a month after, like, keep looking at your pictures. Keep revisiting the experience, because it really does have an impact. It has an effect.
Aww.
And it's not like that. You do such an elegant job. Such an elegant job. Like,
Thank you. It's really awesome. You know, I love it all, and it all just keeps like flowing and rolling. And thankfully, Nikki is here all the time for me to just like soundboard off of her and bounce back and forth.
I got you.
Like, you know, like I couldn't do this without Nikki for sure. Like she is my girl. So again, it's just this like circle of women that just keep, you know, this snowball of women just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I just think that it's fucking amazing that, you know, we're fucking powerful.
We
Yes,
are.
you know, I'm this little teeny thing, but damn it, like I've got so much power that I know that I can just like radiate and give out to other women and, you know, start their fucking snowball. You know, like,
and all in a tiny little town in Northern California.
I know, right?
Like,
little teeny town.
nowhere.
Right.
But it's a beautiful town. It is.
It is.
Beautiful area.
Mendocino County is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
And if you guys are somewhere else in the country or the state or wherever, like if you've never visited Mendocino County, you should do it.
And
We
come
have-
to a boudoir session.
Right?
Yes. I've had a girl come from Arizona. She flew into Sacramento, drove here, did her boudoir session, and then I did a free couple session for them because her husband had just gotten, he's active military, but he just got home. So I did a free photo shoot for them for their couples session or whatever. And then the next day they went back to Sacramento and they left, flew out. They came up here specifically just for the pictures.
That's
Like, that's so
amazing.
awesome. Like, hell yes, you know, like people came and, you know, and it's not like we're close to the airport.
No,
We're 3 hour minimum from the airport. And then I've got a girl, actually, we grew up together. We were best friends growing up, and she's coming out in April and coming out to visit and doing a boudoir session. It's like, fuck yes. Like, this is so awesome. People are coming out and, you know, they're doing it. So, yes, it's super exciting. And I'm so happy that you had such a great experience. You know, I was a little nervous at first. I was like, shit, she doesn't like her pictures. Oh, like, God damn it. Oh. And then, you know, you're like, okay, like, I love this. I'm like, oh, thank God. It's really touchy. It's a really fine line, you know. Like, I've had people that just can't even look at their pictures. You know, they have a really hard time seeing themselves like that. And then I've got some girls that are like, fuck yes, give me them all. Like, I want them, every one of them.
Most of the girls are like that. It's really rare to see somebody not.
Not like them. But, you know, it's just.
And I just love all the different types of bodies.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Like when you've had some of the older women on there, I'm like, yes.
Yes.
No,
Like even in that age, you can be sexy.
Hell yes.
Like embrace the wrinkles, embrace the way the body moves as you age, because that's part of the beauty of our bodies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it
So much. I know,
Love
me
it all.
too.
And the different sizes. And
Yes.
it's so wonderful, you know, and I'm like, oh yeah, you know, me and her about the same size, like, go girl, like,
Yeah.
you know, like.
That's why I love the before and afters, is because you can, you know, when you see the actual boudoir pictures, you're like, oh, I could never do that. Like, I don't look like her. But then when you see the before picture, you're like, oh shit, we do look alike. Like, she's just a normal person. We do have the same body type. Like, fuck yeah, maybe I can do this. So the before and afters are, I know everybody hates doing them at the moment, but it's so worth it afterwards, you know, just be able to see.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
you can relate when you can see the before and afters, so it's good. Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, ladies, for being here. Another day down, another week down. We won't know what we fucked up until after. But don't be surprised. But I think the live lasted the whole time, and it looks like it's recording.
It looks like people are watching too.
Looks like the microphones might be working. So,
Well, I apologize now because I'm pretty sure I laughed really loud there a few times. So I know that that's going to be like really loud. I apologize. I tried to contain.
I think I had one too. I was like, oh shoot.
I know. We'll get used to it. We'll get it to where it's good.
Also, if you do a book club, I'm totally in. I love books.
As long as I can listen to it. I don't read, but as long as I can listen to it, I'm all about it.
I like the audio too because, like, if I'm working, like cooking
going and going. Like, keep it up. Let's keep this fucking shit going. We love it. Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for joining us, and we will next week. It's just me and Nikki. We don't have a guest next week, but we do have a little surprise. So keep watching. We'll see you guys next week. Keep listening. Bye.